Hey, what's going on guys? Nick here with my review for episode 3 of The Mist, Show and Tell. Fair warning guys, for those of you who have not seen this episode yet, there are going to be spoilers ahead, so if you want to go in without seeing anything, click off the video and come back after you watch the episode. So this episode was actually pretty good, and it sets up a lot of stuff that I'm guessing is going to play a big factor as we move to the halfway mark of the season, because it definitely feels like a lot of the survivors and the characters are very much building up in this episode towards future events. So essentially we have the group in the mall and the group at the church to keep track of. Now the survivors in the mall find the military bodies from the last episode, and the two guys put them out into the mist, some of the guys that work at the mall, and basically that upsets people, especially the mall's manager. Now later on at the church, the group from the police station that consists of Kevin, Brian, and Mia get locked down in the church's basement after an altercation with the police chief. Now this is one of the highlights of the episode because it really kind of gives a lot more time to focus on Brian and Mia as characters and get a little bit more out of them in their performance and as they're trying to bond together. Now we actually see a pretty gruesome death towards the midway point of this episode where Mrs. Raven actually leaves the church briefly for some strange reason, and someone goes out to get her, but a butterfly flies right into the guy's ear and he suffers a pretty horrific death, something that actually reminded me a lot of Alien Covenant, if you remember from those trailers where the creature bursts out of the guy's back. It's very reminiscent of that scene, so that was definitely one of the like, oh shit moments of the episode. Another moment that was actually cool that stuck out to me was when Alex was confronted by Shay, who tries to tell her that he wasn't involved in the incident that happened at the party, which was in the pilots where she was assaulted, and I'm not sure if I believe him. There's a part of me that kind of says like maybe he wasn't actually involved, and there's like this big kind of theory going around, this conspiracy that maybe it was actually Adrian actually that did it, but not sure what to think of that yet. And then later on towards the end of the episode, basically we just got the mall group splitting off when Eve and Alex leave with another group to the other side of the mall after the group that's in kind of the main lobby wants to set up these very strict rules to go by after the first incident where the guys pushed the bodies out into the mist, just so they can get some more, I guess, democracy going with whatever their situation is. And it was an interesting part of the episode. I didn't really know how this was panning out, but basically towards the later half you see Adrian trying to talk to the priest in the church and trying to get him on his side, convincing him that he wants to be baptized. And it's interesting because I thought he was being sincere in it, but it turns out that he was just doing this whole thing, this ploy to get the priest on his side so he could free Kevin, Brian, and Mia, who have been locked up in the basement for pretty much half the episode. And that's where we get them to escape and go out into the mist at the end. And then the very end of the episode we get to see Alex and Eve sending out balloons with messages attached to them in the hopes that Kevin and his group will receive them. So all in all, pretty solid episode actually. I did enjoy it quite a bit. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It had some really great character moments, like I said, a pretty gruesome death scene, and a lot of stuff that's going to be, I think, carrying over into the next episode and hopefully further beyond. So leave your thoughts down in the comment section below if you guys got a chance to check this episode out, and be sure to stay tuned. We'll have a video kind of breaking down the episode further this upcoming weekend. As always, thank you guys again for watching. My name is Nick, and for more on Stephen King's The Mist, subscribe to Hybrid Network.